I really like the color green. Maybe because it looks flattering when I wear it. I'm told it brings out my eyes. Maybe it's because I like the phrase, green with envy. Who doesn't look at the trees with envy? The dazzling green of the leaves once they regenerate in the spring and persist throughout the summer, and even when they aren't green before they fall to the ground. I adore the green of the grass, and not just the sprawling lawns of suburban homes, but the grass that never ceases to sprout up between the rocks and in the dirt. I adore the greens that make up a powerful forest that supports the life of many. I adore the mountains covered in ecosystems that have aged and changed over the span of decades, the mountains that are never the same. I adore the green things that drink up the water from their roots, the water that evaporates, the water that rains, the water that gathers in large bodies changing from blue to blue-green, the unimaginable depths and strange-looking creatures, the white of the waves as they fold over themselves. And maybe that's why I try to not consume single-use plastic, why I carry around my reusable cutlery, or maybe why I cut meat out of my diet, and, of course, why people ask, why would you cut meat out of your diet? Or maybe why I'm studying biology in college. But I do know, the green is why I am an environmentalist. Because a world without its green doesn't seem like a place to be.
How wildfires are changing our world. While wildfires help the natural cycle of woods growth and replenishment, smoke from these fires pollutes the air. In August 2020, there were fires in Bayside, which caused some of the worst air quality on the planet. Smoke is a dangerous public health concern. The air had 530 micrograms of PM, which is equivalent to smoking more than 23 cigarettes a day.
Air quality-related health problems can take years off of people's lives. Forest fires release a lot of carbon dioxide, which is not a good thing.
Particulate matter is for something that is produced in smoke, and it is also so small that humans can breathe it in, causing it to infect the lungs and damage the respiratory system and potentially enter the bloodstream.
Wildfires can also endanger wild animals and can endanger their species and their home.
How to help wildfire prevention. Obey local laws regarding open fires, including campfires. Keep all flammable objects away from fire. Have firefighting tools nearby at all times.
In all, we
Need to do the best
We can to help prevent wildfires.
Do you know how much fish are dumped back into the ocean yearly due to overfishing?
Nearly 10 million tons of fish are dumped back yearly.
Overfishing is a major problem.
It harms fish
Fish markets
and anything that buys.
or sells fish.
Dragnet fishing is also a part of the problem.
Fishermen are catching unwanted marine animals, throwing them back into the ocean.
But once they are thrown back, they are already dead.
Dragnet fishing also turns seafloors to mud.
The nets that are used during dragnet fishing break off and let marine life eat the net.
They destroy coral reefs.
Dragnet fishing leads to overfishing too.
Whales are victims to overfishing.
So are bluefin tuna fish.
So you may be asking,
What can we do to prevent or counter dragnet and overfishing?
we can set up marine protected areas.
Trace fishermen to track down illegal fishing.
Fine fishermen or their companies.
For fishing over a certain limit.
This would improve the world
Every fisher or company production.
and improve marine life.
So help a fish brother out.
Our Earth is crumbling under the pressures of global warming. Soon enough, we'll be forced to evacuate our own planet. But wait, There is no planet B. The human race has left so many problems for the next generations to clean up. However, some things we've done are permanent. Take a look at the world around you. Our atmosphere is getting warmer each day. Greenhouse gases are making China's air unbreathable. Melting glaciers are pushing too many of our animals to the brink of their iceberg. We're hurting ourselves, and there's nothing you can do about it. But there is something we can do about it. You could add solar panels to your rooftop, ride your bike, or plant a tree. But most of all, we need to spread awareness about global warming. We have two options. Give up and let this gigantic line of dominoes crush us underneath, or come together and rebuild our future for our animals, our air, and ourselves. You choose.
It's just one piece of trash, right? Think about how many others have thought that same thing, and there are nearly 8 billion people on Earth. Throwing trash on the ground doesn't help the ecosystem in any way, shape, or form. Imagine how many people have chewed gum, spit it on the street thinking it wouldn't affect or hurt nature. Newsflash, it does. Have you ever thought about where the trash ends up? It doesn't just vanish, it ends up in oceans worldwide.
Now you may think that this doesn't affect you, but it does. It affects everyone, you and me, and especially sea life. Millions of pounds of waste end up in the ocean every year, and we as citizens of the Earth are not doing enough to save it. And FYI, there is no second Earth, so we got to start acting now. The ocean depends on its sea life to survive, and us people are destroying it, throwing trash on the ground and the trash making its way to the ocean. It is ruining the coral reefs, which offers oxygen to us humans. And unluckily, these dying trees are the home to thousands of sea
coral reefs are dying around the world due to damaging activities including mining, pollution, overfishing, blast fishing, and climate change, such as warming temperatures causes coral bleaching, which kills coral reefs.
You may ask, what can I do to help save the ocean? You can start off by recycling. Instead of using plastic, use reusable containers, straws, or utensils, as well as not throwing trash or gum on the ground.
Throwing trash is the reason why plastic is in the ocean.
Also stay informed on the issues related to plastic pollution and help others aware of the problem.
Tell your friends and family about how they can be a part of the solution.
Fantastic if you dispose of your plastic.
All the day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet. Blow rockin' Robin, 'cause we really gonna rock tonight. Every little swallow, every chickadee, every little bird in the tall oak tree. The wise or loud, the big black crow, flap of their wings, sing and go, bird, go, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet. Go, rockin' Robin, 'cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Blow. A pretty little raven at the birdman stand, taught him how to do the bop and it was grand. They started going steady and bless my soul. He out-bopped the buzzard and the oriole. He rocks in the treetop all the day long, hopping and a-bopping and a-singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet.
Hello, and today we're going to talk about how climate change impacts our forests.
Behind our school, we have a wonderful forest where all grades like to go on the nature trails or play in our streams.
We may have a healthy forest, but it doesn't mean that all forests are doing well.
Wouldn't it be sad for this place to be filled with trash that could be a threat to animals and even affect your life?
Our school steward has created clubs in the lower, middle, and upper school to help come up with solutions.
Something that we can change could be, instead of cutting down trees and leaving that for farmland, you could replant the area with new trees.
Let's talk about something basic, throwing trash away.
You may be asking, what does throwing away trash have to do with the forests?
Well, say that you leave the grocery store and drop your bag on the ground.
The bag can get picked up in the wind and carried far from where it started.
It could end up in the trees or in the stream, which is not very good for the forest.
Now, what's another thing we can do to help save the forest?
We can recycle. Recycling prevents the release of greenhouse gases and saves energy.
We hope that going forward, everyone will be aware of their surroundings.